everyone. Tune in tomorrow for a Halloween special, and today I've decided to do something. Instead of act and bounce around like I'm on sugar highs, I'm going to be reviewing every episode of my Thomas and Friends series. Season 1 only. I'll do Season 2, and then maybe Season 3, or maybe I'll just do my Season 1 of Engine Defenders or something. Or maybe all my Hands episodes 1 through 12. 1 through 11, sorry. I have a 12th episode about the left one losing their voice. I hope I can upload it. If not, I'll try to remake it the best I can. But let's not worry about that. Let's worry about this. Now, let's start off with episode 1. Now, this was my first episode, but I had to admit I could have done something better, like make them haul a bunch of freight while getting their work done, but also trying to compete against each other. That would be a good concept, but this is just, ugh. Jeez. In fact, I didn't like it at all. In fact, I hated it so much I actually made a Thomas and Friends episode 1 in a nutshell. Or a warning very crazy. I don't know. Anyways, it's highly unrealistic, and I just thought I could have done better. With the engines fighting, and then it's like their valves get all the way up, and then they explode and fall over. That won't happen. Let's go to episode 2 now. Oliver-saurus, I meant. I kind of like this episode. It's pretty good. It has a good concept with Oliver and Toad and going through the rails and then flying in the air and landing on a dinosaur. I have to admit, that was also kind of unrealistic. I even thought it myself while I was making it. While I was making the episode, I thought it was unrealistic. To be honest, I don't know how a train conductor would react if he saw one of his engines on an animatronic dinosaur. Alright, here's the next one, water bottle boulder.
Duck and Oliver will hold.
My brother really wanted to help with this one. I was like, no. But then he just decided to. He played the Runaway theme, and he rolled the boulder, made it crash into the water bottle, and then it knocked everyone over. It was such a mess. It was such a big, fat mess. Alright, the next one, I decided to stop titling them Thomas and Friends Episode 1 or Thomas and Friends Episode 2. I just decided to call them by their title, Duke and the Jet Engine. At least this episode was sort of realistic, such as like Thomas in the jet engine. Now we have Duke in the jet engine. At least this episode was kind of realistic at some point and not completely ridiculous. So basically, I got like a jet engine. Well, it's not really called a jet engine. I forgot what it was called, but I just called it a jet engine. I don't know. I think Duke was too slow or something, and he had to get that or something. I don't know. I'm glad I included Smudger in the episode, I guess. But I remember the jet engine caused nothing but trouble. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good episode that I made. The next one is Slow Down Spencer, which I don't like. It focuses on Spencer, aka Mr. Private. And it's basically like a Sharon Miller episode. And who likes those episodes? If you don't know what a Sharon Miller episode is, it's basically when Sharon Miller was directing the series, she would always, most of the time, do this 3 strikes. A character does something wrong. They don't realize it. They do it again. They don't realize it. They do it a 3rd time and they're like, oh no, I realize this is wrong. I guess they had a nice childish plot and they made my childhood. Of course I watched the classic episodes too when I was a little kid. Also, I had this episode idea in my head. It's like this little girl throwing a tantrum because she wants to ride on Spencer. And then she ends up throwing a rock and Spencer starts derailing and crashes through it goes down an entire freaking hill. And then Sir Topham Hatt's like, I'm disappointed in you. You should let the little girl ride. It's just ridiculous. I never made it into an episode because how dumb would that be? I don't have a Duke and Duchess coach. It's too much money. It's like $70. Who pays $70 for a toy? And then my obsession with Mr. Private began again with episode 6, the Duke and Duchess's new engine. Basically, Thomas just takes over for the Duke and Duchess. That's all. Nothing happens. That's it. Adventure Ho. I have no idea why I made that episode.
Hi, Emily. Guess what I'm doing? Let me guess. Are you pulling a big snowman balloon that's around your buffers?
That didn't even happen in my series. It happened oh, forget it. This episode was okay, I guess. Even though nothing really happened. And I made it 9 minutes long. Oh, he derailed. I'm sorry. I'm having the episodes out so I can, highlight some key points. Dang, 5 minutes and we're only like 1/4 through the way. We better keep going. Oh, this was also back then whenever an engine would crash, I'd be like, it's the sound when he crashes. Alright, the next one is Den in the Pack. I really like this one. Yeah? It's time for another useless fact. Reneus and Sir Handel are in the sheds in the beginning of the episode because I made that episode after making the A Bad Day for Sir Handel remake. I really like this episode with Den crashing into the buffers. Wow, something with this series and crashes. Am I right? And then he gets to interact with a pack, such as putting Patrick there. That was pretty cool. The next one is Normal Norman. And I actually searched it up and I realized that there was also a series named that. I have no intentions for calling that. I'm not ripping the thing off. I said that Dennis and Norman were brothers because they look similar. That was pretty good. And Norman just realizes he's normal because he goes across some unique engines like Skiff and Hugo, I think, and Terrence. And then he ends up derailing. Seriously, I keep putting crashes in my series. Also, I put like little Lego pieces in there. That was actually pretty cool, but my brother got mad. Don't mess with his Legos.
Quiet.
This is like the slowest crash ever. But it was actually pretty cool. Alright, the next one is Sam and Murdoch. Now, this was the first episode I actually filmed in 16:9. Even though there are some episodes after that are like 4:3. I just thought it would be pretty cool pairing Sam and Murdoch together because they're both very strong engines. Yeah, that's all. And then there's The Haunted Yard, which is one of my personal favorite episodes because it's like a Halloween special about a little engine who derailed on a bridge and was never seen again. Until now. What I like about it is it not only is it recorded in 16:9, but I also recorded it with the flash. And I turned the lights off. So basically it's giving the impression like it's nighttime or something. It worked. Next up is Swapped Jobs featuring Donald and Douglas. And it was my try with Scottish accents. I mean, I used to sound like this. Yes, sir, I'll get right onto it. Like, that sounds bad. This is what a Scottish accent should sound like. That Scottish accent is so bad, I could do a better one in my sleep. Something like that. I'm still not perfect at it, okay? I'm not good at accents. Anyways, let's keep watching, shall we? Anyways. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to move in. Also, due to the video's length, I might have to make a part 2. Okay, it's stopped now.
We switched jobs for the day.
Like, that's such a bad Scottish accent. However, the people who are usually at the jobs complain, and then they decide to switch back. Alright, Mischievous Charlie. Pretty good episode. It features Charlie, and he keeps focusing on jokes and not actually doing his work. When he gets in an accident, Sir Topham Hatt lets him know that if he misbehaves again, he's going to have to stay in the shed. So he tries paying attention. And if I remember correctly, he gets in another crash? Let me see. Yeah, he does. I really like that episode. And the last episode I'm going to review for part 1 is Lazy Daisy. I really like this episode because it seems like a plot. Sir Topham Hatt notices that all his engines are moving really slow. So he makes Daisy do the rest of the work. And by that, I mean actually doing work. So she has to pull trucks and she doesn't like it and stuff. Alright, that'll be the last one I'm doing. Tune in next time where I review episodes 14 through 24 and then share my personal thoughts of how it was during the episode. And you know what? I am kind of considering of bringing my series back, but I don't know which one to focus on, Engine Offenders or Thomas and Friends. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, I'll see you in part 2. Bye-bye.